The new of the Lord is that we will operate from a place of rest. Now, we often think that a brand new thing will be big, it will be wow, and it will be exciting. And I'm sure there are elements of that, but today I want to focus on one aspect of it, which is that it is actually a restful new, that we will actually be operating from a place of rest. We will be well rested and having good rest. Now, that's all well and good if we are already in a place of rest to be able to live from that. But where is that place of rest, and how do we actually get there? The place of rest that God is referring to is in Him, in His presence. And in Hebrews it talks about entering into His rest. And this is how He wants us to live our lives. So this is sitting with the Lord in His presence. This can be a real challenge for us to get into. And it was a few weeks ago that when I was with God, I felt like He said to me to stop spending time with Him, to listen to Him, and to seek Him in what He might say and the directions that He might give, and spend more time sitting with Him because of Him, to just simply be with Him. And so I've entered this phase of going into His rest. And that can be a real wrestle and a real challenge, because we like to talk. We have lots of things on our mind that we want to get information on. But the Lord is calling us to simply spend time with Him. Now, a lesson that I learned quite a long time ago is that when life gets busier and more stressful and there are more things going on that I need to think through and have covered off in my mind, things that I have to work out, that means I need to actually spend more time with the Lord. I just need to spend more time with Him. The great thing about spending time with the Lord is that He is beyond time, and that means that He is in every space that needs work done all the time. And it's not just a part of Him that is in each space. He's not spread over each space. He's actually fully present as the full version of Him as God, fully present in every space that needs His attention at all times. And so when we enter into spending time with Him and simply being with Him in His presence, every space of our lives that needs the Lord to be working in it, He is there with us. So the wonderful thing about spending time with the Lord is that we can have a single focus. We can remain very focused. We can have God as number one, with nothing else in the way, be completely focused on Him, and know that as we spend time with Him, the Lord, who is our God, will be working on us and in us regarding every space that we have going on in our lives. We get to be free from working it all out, because our attention, our focus is to be simply on Him, completely on Him and who He is. And doesn't God deserve it? He is the Lord God Almighty who created us, the earth, and everything in it. And He deserves our full attention. But what a wonderful concept that as we let go of working everything out, keeping track of everything in our mind for a time, and turn all of our attention to singularly focus on Him, that He will be at work in all of the spaces in our lives. I have noticed too that as I do this and spend time with Him, even if I spend a lot of time with Him, there seems to be a redemption of time. When I go to do the practical things, I am then doing them quicker and more efficiently, with a much higher level of effectiveness. And so I just encourage you that you can spend time with Him, focused on Him, that is entering into the place of rest, and know that He will take care of how all this fits in time-wise, and He will take care of that for you and cause you to be able to operate in a much more efficient and effective way. Now, there's a wrestle on this. There's a real battle on this one, and that makes it difficult for us to choose to settle down and simply be with the Lord, worshipping Him for who He is, without any agenda other than to focus on Him. So take up the challenge. and focus on the Lord, but it will require an intentional choice to focus and a discipline to go in. It is well worth it, as we know, because we get to be in the house of the Lord, and every good thing comes from Him. So I encourage you today to dive in, enter in, go into His presence. Once you are in His presence, you are entering into His rest, and over time you will begin to operate and live from His rest. You will begin to do your life from a rested place, which is what the Lord has for you. Bless you today. See you later.